Welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to take a closer look at a semiconductor company that you might not be familiar with. And this is one that can definitely benefit from the AI space with a market cap of roughly $2.3 billion. So let me explain a little bit more in today's episode.
I want to thank The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video, and check out fool.com/Jose for the 10 best stocks to buy now. With that link, you get a promotional offer for the subscription service. Now, let's continue with today's episode.
So, one of the biggest things in this channel is you guys know I follow the popular semiconductor stocks like NVIDIA, AMD, and Intel. And I kind of always get some random requests. Hey, Jose, why don't you look at other semiconductor companies as well? Well, I tend to do those, but unfortunately, those stocks tend to do bad in forms of use. But today, we're going to take a closer look at a different semiconductor company. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Let me know if there's another unknown semiconductor company that you guys want to hear about, and let me know on the comments below. So Ambarella, ticker AMBA, market cap of roughly $2.3 billion. In the past 5 days, the stock is down nearly 12%. Year to date, the stock is down roughly 5%, but we can see from its year-to-date low, the stock is up nearly 40%. So let me tell you, this is a company that can definitely benefit from the AI space. And some of you might be wondering, Jose, how were you able to find out about Ambarella? The answer is pretty simple. The ebook that I actually just released has over 50 public companies in the semiconductor space, some small, some large, some that might have never heard about, and I actually discovered that while creating that ebook. If you want to learn more about the ebook, you should be able to see a link down below, and right now there is a special offer. But in this ebook, you can see I provide kind of a summary of what the company does. So Ambarella is a leading developer of low-power system-on-chip, semiconductor, and software for edge artificial intelligence applications. Their technologies enhance electronic systems with advanced features such as person detection, object classification, and analytics, while performing real-time complex data analysis. Known for their high-quality imagery and resource preservations, Ambarella's products are integral in various human viewing and machine sensing markets. So obviously, if you have been following this channel, you know how I am very bullish for the AI market, but that doesn't necessarily mean I'm bullish for every AI company, and I want to share my overall thoughts on this. But the first thing that we are seeing is Ambarella is a company that deals with AI vision processor for edge applications. Here they actually kind of showcase what we just read, right? We can see this focuses on kind of vision. We can see that thanks to their semiconductor solutions, they're able to detect signs, humans, items that people are wearing. So you can see a lot of use cases, being autonomous market, being the security industry, being smart cities like this, trying to find someone at a random place at a random time. So we can see there's definitely a lot of opportunity for AI vision, especially as we hear things of robotics, right? Robotics becoming a very big portion of the future opportunity for the market. So from ADAS to autonomy, you are going to need special vision systems. And here we can see kind of opportunity of how it's used in security in something like the airport or transcript, where this is finding persons, crowds, VIPs, people loitering, unattended suspicious baggage that has been unattended for X amount of minutes. So again, there's a lot of different opportunities here. So like I mentioned, Ambarella is a semiconductor company, so they do two things. First, they create their own chip architecture to create their own type of system on chip. And this system on chip is meant to design to be really focused on one type of workload. And that workload is vision processing and kind of video processing. So unlike where your GPUs and your CPUs, they're meant for a lot of different tasks, the chips that they create are meant for one form of system. Now, if we look at Ambarella's ticker AMBA's PE forward ratio, it's currently sitting at 85. This is one of those stocks that, as we're going to see further, is more of a high risk, high reward type of opportunity where it's super small. We're going to learn about some of its competitors. The other thing is, because it's such a small company, there's not a lot of analysts following the stock. So AMBA's PE ratio of 85 might seem high, but again, not many analysts are following it. So it could be all biased on a few analysts right now. I think if this company does perform really well, it can obviously outperform, and these PE ratios would be be a lot lower. But now some more hardcore numbers. Cash and short-term investments of roughly $203 million. They do not have any total long-term debt. So roughly 10% of their market cap is backed up by cash and short-term investments. Unfortunately, free cash flow in the trailing 12 months is about negative $30 million. But in theory, with that cash and short-term investment and only burning $30 million per year, this company has multiple years before it goes bankrupt. So nothing that would scare me in forms of long-term, in forms of this company's balance sheet. So right now we can see the company is definitely pretty healthy. In forms of revenue, the company, unfortunately, revenue has taken quite a hit in the trailing 12 months. Revenue is roughly $218 million, where a few years ago, it was sitting at over $300 million. One of the biggest issues is a lot of their revenue comes from the automotive market. And the automotive market, as we all know, has seen a huge decline with car companies not producing as many vehicles due to the overall climate and macroeconomics. With high interest rates, not many people are buying vehicles, and for that reason, manufacturers are not making vehicles, and that kind of trickles down to semiconductor companies like Ambarella. Now, here we can kind of take a closer look at some of their technological improvements. Right now, the company is creating 10 nanometer chips, or they get it manufactured. Their manufacturing company is Samsung, as we're going to see. 5 nanometer is in mass production, and right now they are developing in 2 nanometers as well. And they mentioned that their AI processors, are now increasing with the overall potential of AI inferencing. And AI inferencing is obviously something that can benefit right now as we continue to evolve in the AI market. Here are some of the things that I mentioned, like robotics, drone delivery, in the e-commerce market, in the security market, smart cities, smart cars, and the list goes on and on. Now here we can see the growth opportunity for Ambarella. In fiscal year of 2024, revenue was 34% auto and 66% IoT. By fiscal 2028, they believe that their revenue serviceable addressable market is roughly expected to be 70% auto and 30% IoT. Here we can see where they believe a lot of their growth can happen. For examples, they believe that their front ADAS, or front-facing cameras, right now has a market of roughly $1.6 million. They believe in the upcoming years it would jump to roughly $1.3 billion. Another one is kind of L2 plus automation, where right now it's roughly a $500 million market. They believe that this will be a $2.5 billion market. There are certain industries where they are kind of a huge market leader. For example, front ADS, they mentioned they're roughly 70% in the penetration of new vehicles produced locally. And some of these, they're in the single digits. So if this company continues to provide great solutions, these can grow dramatically. But here in their front ADAS, where they do hold a massive market share, this is one that can grow very strong and very quickly. Now I want to take a closer look at some of the notes that they mentioned during their most recent earnings. They believe that fiscal year 2025 revenue to grow year over year, driven by both the cyclical tailwinds and the secular growth in their AI portfolio. So those cyclical tailwinds are the improvements in the automotive business, the improvements in the EV business, the improvements in the smart car business. So they believe that is expected to kind of pick back up in the upcoming years. The growth in their AI portfolio is obviously the IoT market. And the CEO wanted to zoom out a little bit for a minute. And he mentions that right now, the significant capacity being added to the AI training network infrastructure globally bodes well for the ultimate deployment of AI inferencing at the edge, where this is where Ambarella participates in. The deployment of AI inference at the edge enables end users to more practically take advantage of so many different AI breakthroughs. As focus on AI at the edge network increases, we see AI inferencing proliferating in multiple areas and believe they are well positioned to take advantage of this. In quarter one, they did kind of see new customers in their vehicle business with their 5 nanometer solution. And as we took a closer look, they're also working on 2 nanometer solutions for the future. Now, I want to take a closer look at a Q&A session that the company had during their Bank of America Security Conference that happened on June 5th of 2024. One of the questions was like, hey, look, what are some of the catalysts that that investors should be looking for Ambarella? And the first one is just continue wins for the automotive market. This is something that they have so much money on the automotive side. So if they continue to find a way to create revenue in that segment, that could be a huge growth opportunity there. The second thing is really back user technology. How they view is continue to improve their technology build up in differential ways. So as they continue to improve their software stack, their hardware stack, those are two catalysts that the company needs to continue to see strong revenue growth. Now, another thing is just kind of break down their revenue segment. In their most recent earnings, revenue is roughly made up of 15% in the Chinese market. So they reduced that market by quite a bit, and it's something to kind of keep a closer eye out in further episodes. Now, this is something that might scare some investors away. So when you want to think of competitors for Ambarella, who are their competitions? The co-founder and CEO mentions that the two main competitors are NVIDIA and Qualcomm. But they mentioned that while those are big competitors, and obviously you guys know how big I am into NVIDIA, and Qualcomm is definitely a strong company here, they mentioned that their differential in technology is their CV flow engine, their AI inferencing, and their video processing technology. And those are core technologies that they believe are different for them. So that's all the information that I have right now for Ambarella. I do want to say for me, this is not a stock I would personally buy a huge amount if I was bullish. This is one that I mentioned high risk, high reward. So it's one that I would definitely go with a decent position plan where it would be maybe 1% at most. But if it does do really well, this could be a huge winner. So let me know your thoughts on Ambarella. Is this a stock you're going to learn more about or you're going to skip out? Take care, have a good day, and see you next time.